Hey everyone, welcome to Demystifying Maths at Virtues Institute with Dr. O. Today, we'll explore in part 2 adding sword expressions. Swords often involve square roots as they are numbers that cannot be written exactly as simple fractions or terminating decimals. When adding sword expressions, only like swords can be combined. Like swords have the same number inside the square root sign. This is similar to collecting like terms in algebra. Sometimes students make mistakes when adding sword expressions. But don't worry, by the end of this lesson, you'll become familiar with adding sword expressions. If this is your first visit to this channel, remember to subscribe to Virtues Institute channel for more math tips, clear explanation, and upcoming topics. Let's simplify 3 square root 50 plus 2 square root 72 plus square root 98. Before adding swords, it helps to simplify each short term using the sword rule that the square root of a product equals the product of the square root. A good strategy is to look for the largest square number that can be taken out of each square root. First, consider the square root of 50. Since 50 is 25 times 2 and 25 is a square number, the square root of 50 simplifies to 5 root 2. Next, consider the square root of 72. Since 72 is 36 times 2 and 36 is a square number, the square root of 72 simplifies to 6 root 2. Finally, consider the square root of 98. Since 98 is 49 times 2 and 49 is a square number, the square root of 98 simplifies to 7 root 2. Now, substitute these simplified swords back into the expression. 3 multiplied by 5 root 2 is 15 root 2. 2 multiplied by 6 root 2 is 12 root 2. The final term remains 7 root 2. Now, collect the like terms. Since all 3 terms contain root 2, add the numbers in front of the swords. Thus, 15 root 2 plus 12 root 2 plus 7 root 2 equals 34 root 2. Remember, first find the largest square number inside each sword. Take the square root of that square number and write it outside the sword. Apply any multipliers outside brackets. Once all surds are simplified, only add surds that have the same root. Add the numbers in front of the surds and keep the root the same. Let's simplify another example. 2 square root 45 plus 3 square root 80 plus square root 125. Before adding surds, it helps to simplify each surd term using the surd rule that the square root of a product equals the split product of the square roots. A good strategy is to look for the largest square number that can be taken out of each square root. First, consider the square root 45. Since the square root of 45 is 9 times 5 and 9 is a square number, the square root of 45 simplifies to 3 root 5. Next, consider the square root of 80. Since 80 is square root 16 times 5 and 16 is a square number, the square root of 80 simplifies to 4 root 5. Finally, consider the square root of 125. Since the square root of 125 is square root 25 times 5 and 25 is a square, the square root of 125 simplifies to 5 root 5. Now, substitute these simplified surds back into the expression. 2 multiplied by 3 root 5 is 6 root 5. 3 multiplied by 4 root 5 is 12 root 5. The final term remains 5 root 5. Now, collect the like surds. Since all 3 surds term contain root 5, add the numbers in front of the surds. Thus, 6 root 5 plus 12 root 5 plus 5 root 5 equals 23 root 5. Remember, find the largest square number inside each surd. Take the square root of that square number and write it outside the surd. Apply the multipliers outside brackets. Once all surds are simplified, only add surds that have the same root. Add the numbers in front of the surds and keep the root the same. Now it's your turn. Using the skills you've just learned on simplifying surd expressions by adding together the surds using the surd rule that the product of 2 square roots equal the separate square root of their product. Have a go at the practice questions on the screen. Leave your answers in the comments, and if there is any part of simplifying and adding surd expressions that you are still finding tricky, drop your questions there too. Virtues Institute will use your response to offer bespoke support and shape future lessons around what you need most. Don't forget to subscribe for more maths tips, clear explanations, and upcoming topics. Virtues Institute is really excited and looking forward to hearing from you.